The third annual long walk from Johannesburg to Soshanguve returns this year with the cleanup squad whose main focus is to place 40 nyaope users in rehab. You know, the placing of these users in rehab will form part of the build-up to the 100-kilometer main walk, which will be held over 2 days from the 5th to the 6th of November. Now, this year's walk will be done in honor of a slain taxi driver, Jabulani Baloyi, who was gunned down allegedly by a drug dealer in the Pretoria CBD in August this year. Now, the walk organized to raise awareness on the escalating drug problem in Tshwane. And this year's installment will see activists, recovering users, and all stakeholders walking. But to tell us more, we're joined by founders Reikhutsitse Malala as well as Ratau Mphahlele. Gentlemen, a very good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Ratau, I'm going to start with you. What's this walk all about? Give us all the details.
The walk is about nyaope. We're trying to get guys who are dealing with nyaope. We want to take them to rehab. In our township, a lot of them are taking nyaope. It even went to a level where they do what is called a Bluetooth, where they take a syringe, inject on each other to be high. So we're trying to reduce number of drug addicts that we're having in the township.
Okay. Now, Reikhutsitse, I mean, the main focus is taking about 40 nyaope addicts this year to rehab. So in terms of the figures, what are we looking at? Do we know, I know it's very difficult to tell at this point, but do we know the estimated figure of nyaope addicts in our streets?
My brother, there's like thousands of people who are actually using nyaope. It's even spreading to different provinces. You talk about Mpumalanga, you talk about Limpopo, you talk about the Northwest, you talk about KZN. It's just spiraling out of control. And what's even worse now, it's this whole thing of Bluetooth, because now it's also increasing the risk of HIV and AIDS, because you can find a group of 10 people using the same syringe for like 3 months. So we've seen people who are also getting amputated. We've seen people also actually passing away with it. This thing, it's evil. It's pure evil. It needs to be stopped. It needs to be contained before it actually gets out of hand.
So have you been in touch with some of these addicts in terms of negotiating with them, in terms of them making them agree to be taken to rehab?
We speak to them almost every day. The thing is, when it comes to rehab, and when it comes to rehabilitating someone, it has to be a voluntary process. You can't negotiate with someone to actually help them. They have to volunteer. They have to say to us, you know what, we want to go to rehab. We need help. Because once you get into rehab, you can always self-discharge yourself. Even in the first day, you can always self-discharge yourself. So hence I'm saying it's a volunteering process. So for this walk, we are only looking for people who are saying to us, look, we want to go to rehab. We're not forcing people. We're not taking them with chains and stuff. No, we're not. But we are actually looking for people who are volunteering to say to us, guys, we need help. How can you help us? And then we'll help them. The whole process is for free. The administration, even the rehabilitation on its own. What we do is that we cut out the red tape, no more waiting period. Someone actually goes to a clinic and gets a medical certificate, and then afterwards speaks to a social worker, then you go to rehab.
Okay. Yeah. And then after rehab, is there perhaps mechanisms of reintegrating them into society to ensure that they don't relapse?
We do. They get reintroduced to the society, but the problem is the society. It's difficult for them to accept them. Yeah. So it becomes a difficult process. But some, we have good stories to tell where others manage to go through the whole rehab and they are fine for 2 years already now. But others relapse, and it's a journey. It's a journey.
It is quite a hectic journey, I would imagine. And to think that some of these addicts are homeless. I mean, you pick them from the streets, take them to rehab, and then after the whole rehabilitation process, where do they go?
A lot of them are able to go back home. Remember, what made them to move out of home is that they were stealing, they were doing all those things. But now that they are from rehab, a lot of families are able to take them back. It's just the community within where they are that becomes difficult. Families always are forgiving, you know. Yeah. Families are always forgiving. It's your child, you'll always take them there.
And I suppose we need to start working on fighting the stigma against these people, because after they've recovered, they're just like you and me. And in terms of negotiating the number of people who will be taken to rehab, how many have agreed to this?
Look, so far we have already 20 that we are done with the process.
Okay.
And we're hoping that on Tuesday, we'll get another, on Wednesday, when we get to a reception area at Baroka Funerals, we'll be able to get the other 20 that will join the 20 that we have in to go for rehab.
So which cities are you targeting?
We would be working,
collecting the addicts
we would be
for
working from
rehabilitation?
Joburg to Pretoria,
Okay.
but we targeting everybody. If you are able to get them, because what we're using a Gauteng-based rehab. So it would be easier for us to have the Gauteng-based people.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's open to everyone, anyone from different provinces, as long as they can actually come here, that's where we can actually assist them. Can be in Northwest, in Mpumalanga, anywhere, as long as you can get here, we will be able to assist you.
All right, so who can take part in this walk?
Anyone they can take part in this walk. We are marching in the light of God. We are marching in the light of God. Anyone can march with us. We're starting from Sandton on the 5th of November. We're starting around 3 a.m. And then we'll proceed to Pretoria CBD. We're actually going to hand over a memorandum. We're going to shut down 5 streets in Pretoria CBD. We're going to hand over the memorandum to the mayor. So anyone can come out in their numbers. Even if you can do 5 kilometers, even if you can do 10, whatever, you're more than welcome to join us. The whole point is to actually make a stand and make as much noise as possible, because nyaope is evil. We need to all join hands and defeat it. So on the 5th, we're handing over the memorandum to the mayor.
What's the contents of that memorandum? What is it that you want the mayor to do in this regard?
In this regard, we want to cut out the red tape. We want to cut out the bureaucracy. We want to make sure that we have a skill center. When these people actually come back from rehab, they need to be kept busy. We need to also have a unit, most importantly, a unit that actually works with the city from the SAPS that can actually address this thing. We are tired of corruption whereby police are actually taking bribes or taking kickbacks from these users. We want people we need more visibility. We need more visibility, and we need skills development, and most importantly, we need change. We are tired of nyaope. People must actually take a stand. People must not sit back and fold their arms. And I mean, we must not act like this thing, it's something that we can sweep under the rug.
Yeah, it definitely not is a one-man show. I mean, each and every stakeholder needs to be involved. The government, civil society, each and every South African citizen needs to get involved in the fight against nyaope. So in terms of the involvement of other stakeholders, have you been in touch perhaps with the corporate sector for sponsorship, for support of any sort?
Currently, the people that are actually assisting us with everything else, administration, costs and everything else, shout out to Baroka Funerals, also shout out to Old Mutual as well. Shout out to also Open Disclosure. They actually are helping us with actually the social working of all the addicts that we're actually taking to rehab as well. And we're also working with rehab institutions like your Fabian Ribeiro in Cullinan. But we do need more help. Because it's not enough. We do need more help. So if there's any corporates or anyone that's willing to pledge or anyone that's willing to help us, please call us on 084 984 9045. It's 084 984 9045. It's also open to anyone who knows anyone that wants to go to rehab. It's like I said, it's free, it's easy, it's fast. If you know anyone that wants to go to take part in this process, you're more than welcome to give us a call.
Okay, please remind us again of the details of how we can take part in this walk.
Yeah, as we said, anybody is allowed to walk with us. We are working against nyaope. So
what time does the walk start?
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
Where?
Sandton.
Which parts of Sandton?
The Grayston Drive. We're starting from Grayston.
Okay.
We're starting from Grayston.
All right.
And then we'll be working all the way to Pretoria.
Okay.
The first day would be, it's a 2-day walk. The first day will be from here to Pretoria CBD, which we're going to sleep over there. And the next day, we'll be walking from Pretoria CBD to a reception area in Soshanguve at Baroka Funerals, which are the main sponsors of the whole thing, would be doing the whole reception there and receiving all the nyaope guys that would be taken to rehab.
No, gentlemen, we can't thank you enough, and thank you so much for coming through. And, such commitment and dedication will surely see the light. Thank you so much.
Thank you.